The RRB NTPC Tier 1 CBT1 date has been announced. We had already come in front of you with a session to announce the same. And I had promised you in that session that I will come back again with a detailed strategy video to approach the RRB NTPC CBT1 exam, right? So here I am to break down the complete process of the next approximately 30 days, right? And we will break it week wise actually. So every week you will have to go through it in a certain concept, in a certain combat way, so that you understand how you need to achieve the final goal. How smoothly can you go ahead? And in the same session, I'm going to inform you about some important aspects and concepts. So please stay tuned with me till the end of this video. Let's start right away. RRB NTPC CBT1, the target date is March 16, 2026. Okay, so let's go through the data quickly. So majorly, the preparation can be divided into two phases, right? Phase 1 can be your learning phase, which already is over by now. Okay, for a lot of you who are a part of the foundation batches or who have started very early, they are already done with the phase 1 of their preparation. Now is the time for you to tweak your preparation, optimize it, and go to the phase 2. Phase 2 involves quick revision, good practice, mock test, deep analysis, and overall review. Okay, this is only what you need to do. Repeat, because revision helps in cracking examinations. It's not about one book, it's not about 100 books at a time, but it's about one book 100 times. I think all of you already know that. So targeted practice is required. And one more point is mentioned here, which I almost always say in my classes: biological conditioning. I don't use these words, but I often tell you that we are constantly hunting about errors, about mistakes, or about conceptual lagging problems or conceptual issues which we face. But in this case, sometimes it is not the concept. You are conceptually strong, everything is perfect. You're making those errors, those silly errors, only because you can't handle the stress, you can't handle the pressure. You have put in a lot on anticipation. Everything, you're becoming too skeptical now. You're questioning your judgment, you're questioning your decisions. You're rechecking the question, even if it is correct, even if it is true. You're doubting every aspect when you're sitting in the exam, when it is the final exam, because you need to be perfect. And that need for perfection is what takes away this job from you. So be careful. Also focus on your biological conditioning, your psychological conditioning, because that is what is going to help you crack this exam. A quick overview for a lot of you who might be new at this exam. 100 questions will be there, divided in 3 major sections: reasoning, quant, and GK/GS. 90 minutes duration. Okay, so every question is fetching you less than a minute. 1/3 negative marking. This is one of the most brutal negative markings, because usually for other exams you see 1/4 negative marking. So here, if you're getting 1 mark, 0.33 will be deducted if you make an error. And your target is to have 85 plus attempts minimum, with at least 90% above accuracy. Now, this is an average rate which has been calculated over the period of time. But out of 100 questions, yes, 80 plus, 85 plus is a must. That is when you can expect a good rate, a good post in the railways. Now, this is how it is divided. 40%, that means 40 questions for the general awareness section. This is divided into some questions of your general awareness section, that is polity, history, GK, economics, and some sections of science. Major section of science is also covered here, general science. And in railway based exams, science has always seen high importance, high value, good value science questions. I want to add something here, so just wait for a while. And 40 questions. Apart from that, some basic questions of computers as well. I'll go in depth for each section, right? 30 questions for mathematics section and 30 questions for the reasoning section. Okay, so now if I come here, general awareness, 40 questions, highest weightage. In terms of weightage, GK is the highest. So what do students say? Oh, GK is the most important subject for railway examinations. Well, if you compare the weightage, yes. But if you compare achievability, no. For this 40%, you have to actually cover a very vast syllabus. It becomes difficult to score here. So what is the major chunk where you need to focus initially and become masters is quant and reasoning. 60% of your papers is a combo of quant and reasoning. Here, aim for the maximum score. So the main meat of your score is going to come from this section. Okay, this is a bonus section. Score as much as you can, as accurately as you can. Please strictly stay away from guesswork in this section. A lot of people, because no matter how many times we say educated guesses, you end up doing something else in the exam. So stay away from guesswork. Be focused here. Here you can do calculated guesses. What is calculated guess? So by option elimination, by other tricks, you are figuring out the answer. You don't know the concept. You can do that in these sections. Ace it as much as possible. That is the whole aim. Okay. So mathematics 30 questions, high accuracy potential. Again, high accuracy potential for general intelligence reasoning 30 questions. Okay. So this is what I have mentioned right away, which is given in the inside. What I wanted to tell you here was that the general awareness section, recently the RRB ELP examination was conducted. And a lot of students were taken aback. They were taken in for a ride. They were taken for a surprise. Why? Because there was, so it was not a very big format change, but there were changes in terms of number of questions in each section. So generally you expect a certain number of questions like you are seeing here, but this can also change. So be ready for change which might come your way. And otherwise also, if you see, the number of GK questions had suddenly reduced in the RRB ELP exam, but the level of the questions was pretty good. So always expect that variation as well. Don't be taken aback. Just don't depend on what you have done in PYQ so far. Be ready for surprises also. That is why biological conditioning becomes very important. Now, for mathematics, your high value targets are mathematics and reasoning. So the core is 60 to 70% will be built on arithmetic. Arithmetic on number system, percentage, profit loss, SICI. Major core of mathematics should be this. You have to be thorough with the arithmetic section completely, but do not ignore advanced as well. Secondary is mensuration. Out of advanced mensuration, some parts of geometry you can face questions. So go through that here. And in reasoning, higher priorities, coding, decoding, analogies, puzzles and syllogisms. Now puzzles, again, I have been teaching puzzles regularly in my classes for the last 2-3 days now. So I am always telling my students, puzzles, the only biggest mistake you are doing in this category is that you are focusing too much on puzzles with the lens of banking, and that is the biggest mistake you're committing. This is not the banking exam. They are not going to give you extreme complex level puzzles. They want you to solve a question within a minute. So they will make sure that a puzzle based question is approximately maximum around somewhere around a minute. They're not going to give you a complicated puzzle of 2.5 or 3 minutes. So please do not go to that level. It's not required. It's not needed. You're only wasting your time. And make sure when you're attempting the puzzles in your exam, make sure you are looking at the options for each question. Rather, specifically in the reasoning section, please make sure you're looking at the options. The options are often helping the students to get ahead, to find the answers much more quickly than expected. Okay, so go for that. Syllogism, of course, we have already discussed. So this is exactly what is mentioned here. So go through that. And for the GK, what are the high value targets in terms of GK? So current affairs, 10 to 12 questions, last 6 months focus. Okay, but please understand, focus more on the railway based current affairs, because that is exactly what we saw in RRB ELP. Again, I'm not saying that what happened there is going to happen here, but your preparedness should be accordingly changing, right? So what you can do is here you can focus also, apart from normal current affairs, also focus on railway based current affairs, your Vande Bharat routes, your Kavach system. Okay, new Vande Bharat routes have been announced. The speed test was done and the Kavach technology has been verified that it is working pretty fine on a recent route right now. So observe these things very carefully, note these things very carefully, right? Science, 7 to 8 questions, physics, biology, chemistry, deep dives, mostly based on physics, biology, sometimes based on chemistry as well. Now deep dive here means earlier it used to be very theoretical, but nowadays they're also going practical. Practical does not imply numericals, but practical implies you have to learn to apply what you have learned in science. Especially how you can use it in railways. There were questions seen in the RRB LP exam where they had asked you that what will happen if, so how is the concept of torque applied in a railway track or on a railway wheel line, or how does it, improve the movement of the railway? There were various questions like that. So also when you are learning itself, learn from that perspective is what I'm trying to say. Don't just be theoretical here, okay? And of course, history, geography, polity, basic questions. So don't go too deep at this stage now. Whatever learning was done has already been done now. Okay. Specific focus, polity, geography, and computer basics. Don't leave this, please. This has a tendency to derail a lot of your preparations and a lot of your examinations. A lot of students don't focus on computers at all. And they will ask you something so basic like a shortcut to take a screenshot on a computer, on a laptop. Nobody knows it. And a lot of people don't know it. And then it jeopardizes your whole process, because 1 or 2 questions of computers in the examination, you will start feeling, if I just give you 3-4 questions of computers, that's it. and they're placed very close to each other. Your brain has already given up. You're like, oh no, I don't know anything of computers. 3-4 questions I don't know. Oh, there was a huge section, lot of questions of computers. This is an illusion which starts coming in your head, and again, chances of derailment increase. So please be careful. And again, as I have told you, do not use guesswork in the GA section. Okay. Now we will start with a strategy for the first 4 weeks, the next 4 weeks, sorry. So the next month approximately. So this was, we had, the session was actually planned on February 15th only, but we'll start from today. So this week till 21st, this Sunday, okay, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, okay, roughly till that time, you will observe in this week, it is the fix-it phase. Then it is speed and shortcut phase, the week 2. Week 3 is the mock marathon, and week 4 is the final polish. This is how we are going to progress. Now I'm going to explain each week set to you in detail, okay. So let's pick up week 1, the fix-it phase. Okay. What will happen in the fix-it phase? In the fix-it phase, you are already giving the mocks. Okay. Weekly, you are going to give 2 mocks, 2 full-length mocks. So one can be your regular mock, any regular mock. Okay. The second one can be a previous year paper. And the third one has to be compulsorily the Oliveboard live mock, which we are going to conduct every weekend. Trust me, it is one of the closest mocks to the actual exam consistently. Okay, so make sure you do that, right? And we will also be discussing the solutions in the upcoming YouTube sessions after that in the next week. So that will give you a better picture and a better understanding. Don't forget to do that. It's free of cost. Okay, just register on the platform and keep giving these mocks consistently. So this is what needs to be done. And what will this do? This will give you an idea of what are your weak phases, what are your weak subjects, what are your weak topics. Push on that, fix it. Exactly, that is why we have named it as the fix-it phase. So fix those points, fix those topics, study those, revise those, understand those again, and also hit on the key points to get into practice to smoothen it, right? So what can be your problems? Majorly, you have to master arithmetic. Okay, again, reasoning, you need to daily practice syllogism, puzzles, coding, decoding, which we have already discussed. And for GK, you have to deep dive into science and recent current affairs. This is what you will also do in the whole week apart from your mocks. Mocks will be towards the end of the week or somewhere in the middle, or you can consistently space them. But in between, you will continuously keep doing this and keep improving on the weakness. Whatever weakness you find, just keep revising and keep improving there. Okay, first week done. Now, so what is the objective? You are strengthening the weakest links in the high weightage topics. Okay, next, week 2, you are building on your speed and shortcuts. Okay. So this was just a brush up of accuracy once again. Now we are going to build on speed and shortcuts. Okay. So how will we do that? Number of mocks will increase now. Okay. I had already told you would be solving, let's say 2 mocks there, and I had additionally added the live mock. Here you can go to 3 full-length mocks apart from the live mock. Live mock has to be there compulsorily. Okay. RRB NTPC CBT1 live mock every weekend will be conducted. That has to compulsorily be there. But apart from that, you can now give 3 full-length mocks in the week itself. And deep analysis is required after every mock. Okay, in-depth analysis is required. Oliveboard platform provides you with full AI analysis. Apart from that, you have to have your own analysis where you keep identifying where you are going wrong. So you maintain the mistakes in a separate mistake notebook and just keep reviewing that part again and again so that you are thorough, you are in line. Don't revisit the vast syllabus again. You don't have to go back there. From this little part only keep revising. Okay. Now maths, this time you're shifting to advanced math, geometry, mensuration. This is the more important aspect of it. So you're building on that and you will learn DI shortcuts. DI shortcuts, one of the most important DI shortcut is approximation. A lot of people still depend on actual calculations in mathematics. Please refrain from that. Approximation is the key here. If you are seeing that the calculated value is actually very easily doable or cancelable, go ahead with the full calculation. If you sometimes see that the values are going to, they are going to suck you into a deep calculation, understand. Remember the puzzle thing which I told you. Railways wants you to attempt the question within a minute. Okay. So it's not going to give you a question which is very difficult in terms of calculation. That means there is some other thing which is hidden here, which is approximation. If you approximate, you might get to the answer much quicker. Right? So look at the options also. If the options are very close, that means you have to calculate. If the options are far apart, that means approximation is the key. So use these techniques for your benefit in the DI. Reasoning, solve 10 to 15 analogy series questions daily. Again, just to give you a gist, just to open up your mind more and more. so that again you don't get surprised and you don't leave these questions in the exam. Focus on static GK, Indian history, polity, geography, right? In the GA section in week 2. Okay, discussed everything. Next, week 3. What do we do in week 3? Week 3 is exclusively for the mocks. So we will name it the mock marathon, first week of March, right? And the objective here is biological conditioning. In what sense? In terms that you're timing your circadian rhythm as per your exam now. You're waking up on time, you're sleeping on time, you're performing these mocks, you're giving these mocks. By this time, I think you will already know in what shift your exam is going to be. So in that shift only practice your mocks. So now what you're doing is you're conditioning your brain. Your circadian rhythm, your time rhythm is setting up, your biological clock is setting up, and your the best time of your day will become in that zone. Otherwise, I think all of you know your productivity times. For a lot of us, highest productivity is in the morning. For a lot of us, highest productivity is late in the night. But it can change. It depends upon your biological clock, right? So change it, bring it in that zone so that your brain is most active in that in those 90 minutes. Okay. So tactical orders, conditioning, take one full mock every day now. Because this is a mock marathon, every day you have to give one mock. Okay. At the exact time of your exam shift. Revision, you will be revising the Union Budget 2026-2027. Focus on the key railway introductions, the railway budget, not the budget though, the railway aspect of it, right? Economic survey, Padma Awards, everything. Review, resolve mistake notebook errors only. This I have discussed already with you. By now, already you have given some mocks. So you have a lot of things in the mistake notebook. You will keep revising that mistake notebook again and again, again and again. Because what happens is, whatever you have done attempted correctly in the first go, you are always going to attempt it correctly in the future course as well. But wherever you got stuck in the first go, there is a good tendency that if you don't keep revising it, you will get stuck at it again. So just looking at it one time is not going to resolve it. You need to continuously go through it to understand that, okay, I got stuck here because of this point. Revise. I got stuck here because of this point. Revise. Okay, that is how it is going to help you. So weekly drill, daily mock and review cycle. Review cycle has to be in depth. So analysis has to be paid a lot of attention. Every day, give one mock and analyze it in depth. Give one mock, analyze in depth. If you're taking 90 minutes to give the mock, then double the time to analyze that single mock. Okay, that is the kind of input you need to give here. After that, the final polish phase. The final polish phase. So you are almost done with everything. You have extensively managed everything. Okay, all possible things you have taken care of, you have covered. Now you just have to maintain the momentum, because the closer you get to the exam, at this stage, the moment the dates were released, some people just got too anxious. 1 or 2 days, that anxiety calmed down, it went away. You were like, oh, we still have 30 days. We still have a month. We still have till this. Let me enjoy till Sunday. I'll start from Monday onwards. So this attitude will trouble a lot of students. Procrastination is going to kill their preparation speed. But eventually, as and when the exam is closer, the nervousness, the stress, the anxiety, all these people are going to pay a visit. And they are going to take you for a ride. So be careful in this zone, maintain the preparation momentum. And if you have achieved whatever you had to in the last 3 weeks, you should be confident enough. Okay. Only focus on the things that I am doing what I can do the best, right? And I am focusing on things which I can control, which are in my control. Don't focus on things which are not in your control, right? Keep preparing, keep attempting, and don't put too much pressure. Don't put too much, anticipation on it. That don't put the weight of your dreams. Don't carry the weight of the dreams or the expectations of people around you in the examination hall. Strictly stay away from that. Condition your brain constantly to be in the zone and to do your best. That's it. If in the exam you have 5 questions maybe which you could not do, it's okay. Don't panic at that moment, because nothing is going to help you out at that moment, and panicking is going to make everything else which is going to come worse. Maybe you will not get easy questions also at that moment, right? So stay away from these things. And if you have a high tendency, learn to calm it down at this stage. Have a keyword. Keywords often help. I had shared this technique with one of my friends. I know I might stretching this session, but I want to give this psychological trick to you. A close friend of mine, I had told the person that the person was very anxious and was very negative in that phase. Now, nothing was, so he did not want to invest in a lot invest a lot of time. He was short of time and he wanted to come out of that phase. So I told him, see, remember something positive. Okay. But you're going to, every time if I get stuck somewhere, I can't keep reminding myself of some good memory here and there, because that will fade off. So what I did is connect that memory to a keyword, an instant keyword. convert that into a keyword. That person chose the keyword popcorns. Now what happened is, so every time he was, getting melancholic or he was getting sad, immediately thought popcorns, and it actually helped him. Though this is a temporary fix, but this might snap you out of your depression if you are sitting in the examination and you can't solve, let's say, first few 10 questions. You're thoroughly off track. Just remind yourself of a keyword, you will snap right back into it. So be careful, make sure you use these things in your benefit. Now here, the golden rule, no new topics. Resist the urge to learn something new. Don't keep on delving into these new YouTube videos which people are going to bring to sensationalize everything. Oh, this is the thing you missed out. Oh, that is the thing you missed out. No. Whatever you have been doing so far, you're perfectly on track. Focus on that only. Don't discuss a lot with your peers. Again, that will also create some sort of a stress. Okay. Daily revise math formulas and reasoning logics. Rapid fire, important dates, your headquarters, computer basics, please don't forget, important. On 13th March, by the end of this week, on 13th March, you take one final mock, okay? And on March 14th to 15th, the last 2 days, light revision and mental rest. Now, this is for those who have their exam on the 16th, but the exam is starting from the 16th and is going to last for a while, at least a week. So for those, 9-11 days approximately, if you have your exam in a later stage, continue this process further. Keep taking mocks every 1 or 2 days and don't judge yourself in that zone. Whatever mock scores you are getting in the beginning, don't use them as a final score. Always use them to learn. And whatever mock scores you get towards the end, don't ever use them as your final score. They are just a score which is coming at this stage, which includes a lot of your emotional value as well, right? So detach from that, just focus on learning. Light revision and mental rest cycle. It's equally important at this stage. Okay. So how to analyze the mock? Quickly, let me go through this. Of course, you will attempt the mock first. You will simulate the exam conditions, accurate exam conditions. Then you will analyze in detail. You will identify where did you go wrong? What was the reason of you to leave this question? Was it a tactical reason that you thought that I know the question, but I think it's going to take a lot of time, so I rather drop it at this stage? So it's okay, then that is fine. Just try to solve it and learn how to make it quicker. Number 2, was that a reason, a concept gap? You are not able to understand the concept, probably not able to remember it, recall it. So then focus on the concept, revise again. And point 3 is just a silly error. So focus on that silly error, redo that question again so that you are now thorough. And then you will also remember that I often make these silly mistakes in calculation. If you remember that, if you are aware about that, you're going to eliminate that in your exam. Right? Then you resolve it. Of course, I've already told you that in the mistake notebook, and you repeat this process in the next mock, right? A lot of people, we have already enabled the reattempt feature for our super elite subscribers. If you have the time, just reattempt the mock once again, but on the initial phases only. In the later stage, just, once you have learned everything, apply it in the next mock. That is how it's going to help you. Okay. Don't just check the score, analyze the behavior. What happened? What went wrong? In the puzzle question, why was I so stressed? What made me feel that? Eliminate those negative feelings. Okay. 60-second rule, I would rather reduce it to a 40-second rule. So for general questions in reasoning and mathematics, 35 to 40 seconds, keep it a threshold. If you think it's going to take some more time than that and I'm still going to solve it, okay, go ahead. But by this time, if you have realized that this is something which is going above my head, please detach, leave it, drop it and move. Selection in competitive exams is for very smart people, how you approach the exam. It's not only what you solve, but also a mix of what you drop, what you leave. So be careful, you have that in mind. Also have to strategically drop some questions and move ahead so that you save time eventually and you have a high accuracy. If you have time in the end, then you can come back here. Okay. Again, as I told you, 85 plus attempts, 90% accuracy and no guessing in GA. That is the key here. Maintain this discipline throughout your preparation phase. Right? So yes, this is again very important. Logistics, a lot of issues in terms of your Aadhaar card. A lot of people don't know. If you have registered, of course, with your Aadhaar on the portal, a lot of people have locked their Aadhaar. They use the masked Aadhaars. Okay. So what they have is the first 4 digits are there and then everything else is masked. So please unmask it, unlock your biometrics, your credentials, etc. on the Aadhaar before the exam, because during the exam they are going to use it, right? So make sure that you are doing it beforehand, right? And then use this checklist. What is the checklist? Your admit card should be printed, your original ID card should be ready, your biometric should be unlocked, and your sleep schedule should be aligned. So these things are a must. Make sure these are there with you. You should not remember just a night before or just on the day of the exam. Please take a printout of your admit cards much before the exam starts, as soon as you have it. Some people, I don't know what goes in their head. They wait for the day of the exam. Oh, tomorrow. And in the morning of the exam, while traveling, they think that there will be a printout shop there. Let me get a printout from there. I have seen students, and I have been one of those students who has missed out his exam by 2 minutes, exact 2 minutes, just because I was waiting in a queue to get a printout of my admit card. That is not the time to get it done. Okay. So I have also learned from my mistakes, and I'm also trying to teach you, do not fall into that category. Have a printout much in advance so that you don't face these last minute issues. Okay. Now that we are almost done with the session, Oliveboard, what they have done is, of course, this PDF is there. If you want, I will share this PDF also. I will attach it on your session. But Oliveboard has prepared an even better and even extensive strategy with a lot of extra information, right? So it's there in this link right here, and this link is also mentioned. It will be tagged in your comment. It will be pinned in the first comment, and also it will be given in the description box, this link. So you can click on this link. I will show it to you at this moment. So this is the file which will open up. This is free of cost. It will be, you can download it very easily. So if I quickly take you through this, this is best strategy for revision, your resource kit. So you have full mock test. Your link is here. RRB NTPC full mock test, right? 8 mocks are scheduled across 24 days. Then RRB NTPC previous year papers. This is there here. So from past years with solutions. CBT1 MCQ practice course is also going on. We have already started that. Wonderful questions. Apart from all these mocks, excellent questions we are discussing in a single session. So you can go ahead and check that out, okay, in this link. So everything is here. You can go through this. Then everything I have discussed is here. Apart from that, some extra points. See, they have broken it day wise. Can you just imagine the kind of inputs they are trying to give you? So just go through this once for your benefit. It's actually very useful. And for those who are looking to, channelize this, they are looking to join this. So this course here, which is visible to you, this course right here, it is not chargeable. It is free of cost for the Railway Super Elite subscribers. So if you are a Super Elite subscriber, very good. If not, it's not a very costly affair. It's a monthly affair now. So you can just in 1 month, for 1 month subscription, you can go ahead and go for Railway Super Elite and access this course as well, and all the other benefits as well. So look at that. You can also go through that. And final tips for the exam day. And these are topper credentials, topper testimonials. So this is exactly a PDF available for you. You can go ahead and download the same. And that's it for today's session. So execute your plan, secure your rank, and most importantly, let this help you to become more and more confident. Thank you so much for watching until here, guys. If you are new on the Oliveboard platform, hit the subscribe button right away and share this video across platforms for all those railway aspirants who are looking for these strategies right now to boost up their preparation, to give their preparation a good direction, a clean direction. And do hit the like button if you have liked the content till now, and if you want to encourage us to churn up more content videos for you daily or on a regular basis. Thank you so much for watching live, guys. I'll see you around in the next session. Till then, you guys take care. Bye bye. Namaskar. Jai Hind.